What up, my people? Let me get a little bit of time. Let me wipe this off a little bit. Yeah, that's better. So in case y'all don't know, we in the single digits before this goddamn winter storm rolling in from Omaha. Yeah, we in single digits. It's about to get real cold next week in Vegas. Yeah, we have a situation that needs to be handled. NYT on deck. What it do, man? We have a situation that's finally on deck. We're mere days, man. Mere days away from the biggest fight in boxing. Hold on for a second. From the biggest fight in boxing, man. Super middleweight undisputed. Canelo Alvarez set to defend his titles against the one and only, needs no introduction, Omaha's own 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed, soon to be 3-time undisputed, 3-division undisputed. The accolades go forever and a day. Let me tell you, shawty, it's about to get funky. Look, I know people been wondering why the algorithm has been slow, where I've been. You know, I had to handle some business with the fam, man, and take care of some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get back on schedule. But what I want you to know is, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, A-Side Official. No negotiation needed, period. DV on deck, what's good? Bud gonna stop Canelo on deck. What it do, man? I should have did a panel since I'm gonna be here for a minute. But check this out. I might still do one. All I got to do is damn set it up in StreamYard. But check this out, though. What's disappointing about this fight is definitely it has residue from July 29, 2023. We totally understand that. But these are two different fighters, yo. One fighter participated in the T-Mobile massacre back in 2023. But I was expecting so much more leading up to this fight of people talking. And look, I found out through research, using my investigative methods, I found out that a lot of these individuals that would have loved to participate in talking trash on this fight, they're very apprehensive because Bud Crawford gives them that stopping point. Bud Crawford gives them that roadblock. Bud Crawford prevent these people from automatically talking shit like they feel free to do. Like with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, yeah. But you know, when they was initially coming out that Bud was going to move up, they wanted to keep on mentioning 14 pounds like it was unachievable. But now the fight has been made. All the pictures that's out there of Crawford wearing that 168 weight or more, sporting the goddamn 6 to 8 pack. I found out that a lot of these content creators, they selected not to really speak on this fight. They call themselves limiting the media exposure, as if it's truly going to affect the numbers that it do on Netflix. It's just disappointing, once again, because this was a fight where I'm looking at, this should be the ultimate, like, we in single digits leading up September 13th. But it's a lot of individuals that didn't talk. It's a lot of content creators that did not speak on this fight with the same traction that they did 2 years ago. They refused to do it, yo, because they're very, very skeptical about coming in here talking trash about Bud Crawford, because I believe they remember when Bud Crawford, you know, Team Crawford, get active. I think they still remember how Bud got active when they was out there talking that trash, talking that shit in the audience. I don't think these cats have enough confidence to go ahead and speak on Bud's name and believe in what they saying. See, that's the difference between Crawford fans. When we speak of this fighter and what we believe he's going to do, we say it with confidence. We speak on the fighter that we're supporting. All these other fan bases, they busy speaking on the same fighter. In this case, they busy speaking on Crawford. We speak on Bud. They speak on Bud too, instead of speaking on Canelo. When Spence was on deck, they spoke more about Bud Crawford because the algorithm was giving them views than they did Errol Spence Jr. And guess what? All that bullshit did not give them the results they wanted, just like September 13th next week is not going to give them the results that they was hoping for. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. I mean, Canelo will live to fight another day, man. Carlos on deck. What's good? Shout out to our community as a whole for tearing down Bud. Now Canelo will have to pay Bruley for the tongue. Yes, sir. Yeah. That tongue, speaking of the wicked. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. That's what they want to do. They want to go up here and speak ill about a fighter instead of talking about Canelo. Just speak about Canelo and what you believe he's going to do. I would respect you more if you just kept it on Canelo and pretty much had enough confidence not to be on here spreading these rumors that he's been fighting since he was 15 years old. He got bone splinters. He got arthritis. You know, he's been going to get massages. He's going to the same hand doctor Floyd Mayweather went to. No, we don't want to hear that. You know, when he was going in there with all these other fighters, they was bragging about him starting boxing at 15. The way he was backstroking in Stromboli sauce. You know what I'm saying? Extra thick ragu. Now he's going in there with a man from a small division that has put on proper weight. I mean, looking super sharp. Crawford looks super sharp, man. I can't imagine how sparring went. But he looks super, super sharp, man. Let me go to some of these comments. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. BG in the building. What it do, BG? Yes, sir. It's almost here, man. It's almost here, man. You ain't lying. It's almost here, bro. 4-time millennial combat Bud is in elite company, only Floyd and Manny. Hey, talk your shit, DV. You know what I'm saying? Educate them. Educate them. The hottest chat in the MF game, man. You bound to learn something hanging out over here. You know what I'm saying? You bound to get educated about something. But the only thing I'm worried about, since DV just told you what the possibility that's about to go down next week, are you still going to support the fight? What I mean by that, are you going to support September 14th? When we on here talking about how the fight went down. You know what I'm saying? When we on here talking about 4-time millennial. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 4-time millennial might make some people pissed off. But I think Bud Crawford defeating Canelo Alvarez and his fan base is really going to be the overall heartbreak. Real talk. That's going to be the overall heartbreak. Seeing Bud Crawford go in there and prove to the people that he is a hungry dog. Happen to prove himself all the time. I think that's is going to be what people looking at when this fight happened and say, damn, we was up here talking all that shit about 14 pounds. And Bud going up here boxing Canelo. And look, Bomac said it's not going to be easy. He said we're going to beat his ass, but it's not going to be easy. So they understand the task at hand. The fight isn't going to be easy. Period. The fight is not going to be easy, yo. Bud already has a chip on his shoulder since a baby. The doubt has made it worse. Yeah. Went and got all my Mexican food for this buffet. And Bud gonna be on. Yes, sir. Andrew Charles in the building. What it do? Salute to you, man. Rosado in the building. What's good? And guess who ain't gonna be surprised after the fight? Us? Yeah, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be surprised. But the best thing about it is that Bud, once again, would be one of the only fighters ever to shut down 2 fan bases. Canelo fan base, I'm disappointed in y'all. Y'all really haven't been actively in the chat like I expected. But next week is coming. I know you all gonna send all your little minions, your little stray pups over here and start talking some black versus Mexican. Mexican versus black. You know what I'm saying? It's coming, y'all. It's coming. Believe me when I tell you. They're going to be over here making it about Mexican versus black, black versus Mexican. And let me tell you this straight up. I'm going for the black fighter. Hey, it's not too much figuring out. You don't really have to divide by 1 and all that. We can just say 1/2 of the collective pair of fighters selected to fight September 13th. I'm going for the black fighter that is considered to be in that equation and name is on the documents pertaining, considered to be a contract. You know what I'm saying? 50 plus million. Yeah. Yeah. Salute. I salute. I appreciate it. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. I appreciate it. Y'all keep on supporting boxing after September 13th. Don't be Debbie Downers. Don't come over here talking that shit. I was just looking at a video from Athletic Mind and what he did with all the excuses that they had for Errol Spence once he lost. It was just hilarious. It's always, look, every time I look at that video, it's not a way, it's not no way, shape, or form that I can look at that entire video without laughing. That entire video is hilarious, yo. Hearing all the excuses that people's giving. The good thing about this fight is that we don't have a fighter that's coming down from multiple divisions. We have a fighter moving up. So the freaking weight drain situation is not going to be relevant. But the ass whooping conversation definitely going to be relevant. So therefore, you have to take a little peek as to what's to come when it comes to the fan base. I think Canelo fan base, he loses to Crawford. I don't know what they're going to do with themselves. For real. I don't know what they're going to do. They can't go hiding down in the bunkers because Team Spence, them aerosexuals, still down there. You know, I don't know what they're going to do, man. I don't know. When Canelo take that 3rd strike, well, I couldn't tell you what they're going to do, bro. I began waiting to throw another one of the parties. Again, I just lost my appetite for fish and really for some asada. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I look at it like this, man. X, he can talk his shit about whatever fight he selected to do. The same shit I be doing. I'm not worried about if they going against the grain because, you know, they love walking the high wire. They want to walk the high wire act and shit like that. I ain't mad, you know, man, these dudes, I do it. They probably say the same thing about me. I do it. I just haven't did it as much for this fight because I'm kind of waiting for next week. For real. That's what I want to do. It hasn't been really too much talk, man. I let mind picking Canelo this time. I don't think he was picking Canelo last time. I just know that he has said some goods, you know, some pros about Crawford, but he was also giving the cons about Crawford too, winning. My take is, it's none of my concern what anybody is saying that has Canelo winning. That's their thought process. That's what they believe in. Cool. The fight is coming up next week. So why am I going to get upset at people up here trying to play the advocate and play both sides, tap dancing and playing hopscotch predictions and shit? You know, my heart is with Terrence, but I'm going with Canelo. Well, my heart. You know what I'm saying? No. I tell you all the time, you either with us or you're not. You either with us or you're not. We don't have time for that goddamn shady, partial, you know, I give you partial respect and all that. No, you either with the goddamn squad or you're not. You ain't talking about your heart's with Crawford, but you're going for Canelo. Your heart's with Canelo, but you're going for Crawford. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I feel like Bud punches going to be thudding like a hammer. Something tell me Canelo eyes going to be busted up. See a corner stoppage. A lot of damage. Yes, sir. Talk that talk, man. Talk that talk. Boy, you're going to have people pissed off, man. What are you doing? What I tell you all, man, have some common courtesy when it's Friday, bro. People heading back from happy hour. They might see you on here talking that shit. Talking about Bud might be landing some punches that's harder than expected. Canelo might begin to wear the fight a little bit earlier than expected. The commentators may begin to speak on that eye swelling, and then it might get a little bit worse from there. And then, of course, Bud Crawford finished Canelo with a TKO stoppage. Boy, stop. Boy, you just don't want, y'all don't want Canelo to get stopped via TKO from the guy that came up to the division. You don't want that. No, I'm not waiting at the drive-thru, big dog. I'm not waiting at the drive-thru, man. I'm out here waiting for something else. I'm waiting for Canelo fans to show up, man, and prove that they haven't given up yet after seeing them Crawford pictures heading into the weigh-ins. I'm waiting on some picket signs out here. How loyal are you, Canelo fans? How loyal are you? I don't see none of y'all out here with the Mexican colors on talking your shit. It's almost like y'all don't have enough confidence, bro. The hype up Canelo Alvarez, all because Bud walked him down. And Canelo didn't have the same energy that he had with Caleb Plant. Canelo just put his hand out there with a bent wrist. Stop. Man, come on, bro. There's no time to be friendly. This is preliminary battering. No doubt, bro. Bud yoked up in that new follow. Yeah, man. Bud put that muscle on correctly. Now, let me tell you about physiques. It seems like he did put his physique on real nice for the weight class. He doesn't seem like he's heavy bulked. Like, you remember when Deontay Wilder put on that muscle mass? It looked like that muscle mass was weighing him down a little bit. It looked good, but if you know, you know. Bud looked like he put on this muscle mass properly, and he's going to be able to sustain his mobility, sustain his movement. You know what I'm saying? Without it weighing him down or fatiguing him in shorter time than he thought, shorter rounds he thought. It looked like he put it on correctly. Whoever his strength and conditioning coach is and his nutritionist, they did the job, because he's holding muscle, right? You have to have the right amount of protein to be doing more than one workout a day, running, sparring, and still hold muscle. You need your body to be able to replenish that protein and that calories so you can build muscle. Every time your muscle can recover, and they can start growing and growing and growing with your exercise. That's when you kind of hear a term flat. If you don't apply enough protein, correct protein to the diet, then you might see fighters get close to the weigh-in and dry up. They start cutting down to the limit, and they look flat. I think Bud is gonna look full. Muscle bellies is gonna be right, because it's still holding that protein and that water. And I believe he's gonna be able to cut down real nice and still go in there shredded. And then he can miss the goddamn putting them paws on Canelo, man. You know what I'm saying? For the brothers, for the black boxing nation. Yeah, for Omaha, Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they always act like we got to get permission to say for the black fighter. Canelo ain't black. The fighter I'm going for is Crawford. He's a black fighter. Don't be in your feelings, man. Bud been eat, sleep, and train at 168 for a year. No doubt. He had plenty of time to prepare himself. Absolutely. He had plenty of time. If you're in here, man, activate that button. I appreciate you, man. What else y'all said? AB, man. Adrian Broner. Let me talk about the problem. He's going in there against a YouTube guy, Scam Likely. Scam can actually box for a local gym. He's been in there working out. He's not on Adrian Broner level, even when Adrian Broner is not on the same level that we knew him to be when he was there earning them championships in the divisions. I don't know how AB is going to look right now, but I know goddamn well he better not let anybody with the name Scam Likely believe that he have an opportunity to go in there and do what Blair Flair Cobb did to him. Boy, you better stop. You better stop making videos in the freaking dark like I'm in now, and telling people, hey, I'm back serious now. I'm back serious. Man, come on, bro. AB, man, we've been waiting for you to come back and be consistent. Now you're going in there against a content creator. Boy, you better not come out that motherfucker without any type of, definitive, you won the fight. Don't do it to yourself. What else has been out there? I see Brian Norman Sr. and Bill Haney been going at it. I just select to talk about that whenever I talk about it, because one thing I know about Bill Haney is that the fight is coming up next week. Bill Haney understands how to attempt to insert himself in the clout that's going on right now for Crawford Canelo. Bill Haney is somewhat of an expert with starting fake beef, so people he continue keep his son in the light. I don't blame him. Do what you got to do, but he's an expert at that shit, man. He love, bringing some type of controversy. He just happened to be bringing controversy to Brian Norman Sr., who is not going to be in the ring with his son. Brian Norman Jr. is the one that's going to be in there with Devin Haney come November. So you can say everything that you want about Pops and all this shit, but at the end of the day, the sons are the one that's going to be in there scrapping. Seriously, they're going to be the ones in there scrapping. Moving on, man. What's going on, Brown? Salute. I got Thurman by KO against Fundora. Okay. Why does everybody look at Fundora's opponents and say the same shit all the time? Oh my God, man. And the size different. No shit. No shit. Thurman is a former unified welterweight champion. Thurman has one of the best resumes, even at 154 right now. Thurman, if he's healthy, can go in there and give us a show. If by chance, the one time brings us that thunder that we know he used to have back in the day. If he's able to box smart, stay out of trouble, don't get injured, BG might be on to something. Does Thurman have enough dynamite? Does he have enough munition to go in there and land a shot on Fundora? If Brian Mendoza did, I'm pretty sure Thurman can find it. Seriously, I really think Thurman can find it. I'm going for Thurman in that fight. I'm going for Thurman. This would be an incredible combat by Thurman to go in there and beat Sebastian Fundora and do something that Ennis never would have did. Jerron Ennis never would have moved up for 47 to fight no goddamn Sebastian Fundora. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not trying to make this about Ennis, but I just didn't see him fighting Sebastian Fundora unless he had at least about 7.5 motherfucking tune-ups and a goddamn tuna sandwich on the side with some baked barbecue chips. Lay's, preferably. But to see Keith Thurman going in there, we already know it's a size difference. But the experience, the technical experience, him being in there with some big names in boxing, I'm going for Thurman, man. I like Keith Thurman, man. Always a stand-up guy. You meet him in person, always a stand-up guy. Cool dude. You know, not an asshole like some of these other cats out here. I mean, he's a good dude. Darren Collins on deck. What's good? I don't know if y'all seen it, but the fight card out for Crawford Canelo. Boychuk. I know Boychuk loving life right now. Boychuk moved up and about to go in there and get stopped. He about to go in there and pick up a paycheck, man. You know, but I'm glad he on the card. My boy Jermaine Franklin. I'm glad he's on the card. He had to wait, had a waiting period for a minute before he get back in the square. And Billy is on the card. You know what I'm saying? I think Callum Smith, if I'm not mistaken, is on the card. So salute to those guys, man. But the main one that we're looking at, of course, is Crawford defeating Canelo and becoming 3-time undisputed, 4-time lineal, and you know, and amongst other accolades. Canelo would be an outstanding head on Crawford's mantle. Real talk. Let's keep it moving. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather. Now you see how Floyd is so petty. I don't know if anybody else caught this, but Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis was announced that they was going to be fighting. And then all of a sudden, Floyd Mayweather, who never fought a heavyweight, he's going to be fighting Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, y'all, about to get another payday. But the person that he's fighting is going to be Floyd Mayweather. And I almost guarantee you it's going to be damn near probably close to Tank fight Jake Paul. Floyd is petty like that. I'm telling you, I've seen him in person. He made Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos move up out of Florida because he had a card down there with him and Logan Paul and some other fighters. Yeah, man. Floyd is freaking petty like that. This dude, you want to talk about narcissist? Man, put a motherfucking giant blimp in the sky and run that bitch. And put narcissists on there. You see Floyd Mayweather name, dog. That's what he do, bro. He ain't scared of shit. Yeah, Lester Martinez. Lester Martinez is going to be on that card. Appreciate that, BG. Yeah, man, Lester Martinez. And I think Fernando Vargas. Fernando Vargas is going to be on that freaking card. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. What else is out there? What other fights are out there, y'all? I saw the press conference between O'Shaquie Foster and Stephen Coolboy Fulton. I liked it. I like Fulton. Sounds confident, look confident. He's talking that shit to Foster. Man, he's talking that shit to Foster like this dude about to get adopted. I mean, Stephen Fulton about to adopt him with them two hands of his, man. He's talking to this boy like, I can go up here and get this title and then move back down if I select to. Hey, man. No knock on O'Shaquie Foster. But them two fights he had with Conceição, Hobson Conceição, I wasn't impressed, man. I don't think he's going to be in there and be allowed to do that with Stephen Fulton. I just don't see that shit happening, yo. I like Lesser going to be fireworks with him and Billy. It is, man. I just hope it's not the type of fireworks that you buy down the street at JoJo's ammunition shack, that you like that little bitch and hold it and let it go off in your hand. You're like, oh, that tickle. That tickle. You know what I'm saying? I hope it be like the M80s. You know what I'm saying? You hold that bitch and you light it in your hand and you snooze and you lose a motherfucking finger or two. I hope it be that type of fireworks. For real. You can tell, man, I'm a little bit under the goddamn weather, shouting. They switching up down here, man, like the hot, cold, all that shit. I'm a little bit under, man. Ortiz Lubin, November 8th, official. Man, shout out to Erickson Lubin going in there with a top name like Virgil Ortiz, who Jerron Ennis didn't want no part of. I'm not trying to continue to bring up this guy, but shout out to Erickson Lubin getting the opportunity to go in there and showcase his skill versus an opponent that I think is very, very fitting for Erickson Lubin and Virgil Ortiz. Not too tall, not too short. And then you talking about the fighting styles, perfect. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? Jamel Charlo was one of those fighters that didn't move a lot, but the fight didn't go long enough for us to see Lubin actually showcase his skills. But of course, that fight was so long ago. Virgil Ortiz, our interim champion at the time, right now. Yeah, Lubin gets to go in there and show us that he's not going to get knocked out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Lubin to go in there and get hurt early by Ortiz, because you know Ortiz be throwing them bombs. Ortiz be cracking you over the head with them motherfucking melons. You know, with them goddamn coconuts. Ortiz, I mean, I love seeing him fight on the inside, dog. I love seeing Ortiz get off his combinations. I'm wondering if Erickson Lubin is going to be able to make that shit pop. Is he going to be able to stay consistent without getting stopped? We know he got chin problems, but I'm not hating on him, bro. I'm not hating on him. I just hope he has better defense now. And it won't go down like we think it's gonna go down. Yeah, I saw the countdowns, bro, several times. I did. I saw the countdowns, man. I like them. I did. I like. I'm waiting to see if what other episodes they're in the process of editing. But yeah, I like the countdown episodes. It just seems like they're a bit short to me, but still, I appreciate that they even put them out there. I was looking at ITC Boxing to You, the panel the other night, and one panel I was on briefly, I know OG Golden was over there talking about Bud getting stopped and saying he was playing right. Last time I checked, man, true hardcore Bud fans, we don't even play like that. We don't talk that talk of, Bud gonna get knocked out. We don't talk that talk. But the other night, Blue Hustle was over there acting like he was having an allergic reaction to a motherfucking flu shot or something. You know what I'm saying? I got to give the man the benefit of the doubt because that's my dog. But I think he was having allergic reaction to a goddamn vaccine shot that he had, because he was over there trying to act like he has some new information as to why Canelo might win this fight, whatever he was trying to say. Not only that, he was talking about he was talking about freaking kids out of wedlock. I was like, bro, is that what we doing? For real, is that what we do? Is that what we doing, bro? I mean, what are we talking about, man? Is that what we doing? We talking about what Crawford did and all that, man? Come on now. I know good and goddamn well we are not worried about. Are we talking about Crawford having a baby in a whole family setting that he's been taking care of for the longest time? He's not even married. I mean, he got some very athletic kids, and a couple of them went viral. And then you can only imagine the training that they're getting, whether it be wrestling, boxing. They're gonna be right. But to point the finger, and speak about a fighter who is out of the media, never seen a mugshot. Gooch even said it himself. No one really knew that he had a kid by somebody else. So who are we to go up here and try to act like we're holier than thou, and we did everything we supposed to do in life? We've been following God faithfully. Every time God stopped and take a breath, he looked behind and you right there. No, that's just not the case, bro. That's just not the case. I'm just saying, man, just the thought of doing something sinful is considered a sin, right? So you got to look at it. How do you measure the severity of one sin to the other? Is it if you do it in the AM or the PM? I don't know. If you do it on a Monday instead of a Sunday, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, who cares, man? The man never tested positive except for greatness. Yes, his A and B sample came back for greatness. Everybody want to talk about other things that's irrelevant, but the man haven't been in the news for domestic violence situations. I know that he had mentioned, Gooch also mentioned about Tank, AB, Floyd, and other fighters being in freaking the media for domestic violence situation. I don't remember Crawford being on prime time for that situation, having a house of kids that large taking care of him and you know, letting the cat out the bag because Shay, you know, had to ask the question. But at the end of the day, man, we waiting on Bud Crawford to go in there next week. We waiting on him to go in there next week, yo. F everything else you heard. Look, it's gonna get hot next week, yo. Hey, shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease. What's good with you, brother? I'm a little bit Jack Frost out here bullshitting that Gumbo. Man, Jack Frost out here with his boys and shit, throwing them motherfucking that winter shit when it's still hot out, man, and my throat all sore. I'm like, God damn, Jack. Damn, man. Don't we have some weeks left before this shit, the fall hit? I'm getting goddamn sore throats and all that shit, man. Shout out to Haynes Legacy, man. What it do, Haynes? God bless, bro. Y'all definitely give a prayer and salute to Haynes Legacy and Toby Bartlett, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep your brothers in your prayers. Gumbo say, what's good, my big bro? Praise for my brother. Trick Noty. Yeah. Shout out to Trick Noty, man. His brother passed. Thanks for bringing that up. Somebody sent that to me. You know what I'm saying? God bless, man. Condolences to Trick Noty, bro. You know? Now that came out of nowhere for me, because I know they've been taking care of him and stuff like that. You know, condolences to them, man. God bless. Hey, thanks for asking, Haynes. But, you know, if I tell you, I'm a little bit under the weather, then you might think it's an excuse for the time that I have not been actively engaging with my community, the hottest chat in the MFing game. So as they do in the Marines, I'm sucking it up right now. I'm marching forward. You know what I'm saying? Mission still has to be completed. The mission still has to be completed. But this weather's flip-flopping down here and shit. Jack out here fucking around, man. Goddamn, it's hot out. He throwing this cold damn spritz on his shit. Fucking motherfuckers up, dog. You know what I'm saying? It'd be chilly in the morning and then hot in the evening. Damn. This nigga Hayes been on some shit, boy. He said, man up, nigga. God damn, boy. Nigga is relentless. He said, man up. I'm doing a live right now, shawty. Latch Pillman in the building. What's good, man? Shout out to you and that warrior, man. Shout out to the fam. Second boys on deck. What's good? Yeah, man. I'm doing a live, man. So, you know, hey, I'm sucking it up and keep on marching, man. Real talk. This shit just came out of nowhere, bro. Oh. What else is out there? What fights? Because I've been on here less than an hour. I know either Haynes or Blue waiting next to the phone and shit. Man. Hey, man, he get off before 60 minutes, man. Hey, you know what to do. Hit him up, man. Hit him up. Who else is supposed to be? I'm waiting on Jamel Charlo, man. When he's supposed to get back? I see all these videos and shit coming out. Why isn't Jamel Charlo fighting somebody of recognition? A champion? Why didn't he fight Sebastian Fundora? Why isn't Jamel Charlo fighting Murtaza Aliyev? Why? You was a former undisputed champion, and you ain't came back and fought nobody that's at the top, man. Why? Why, man? That's what I want to know. Why is the 160-pound division back in the motherfucking closet? You know, looking like a Macy's warehouse during COVID. Ain't nobody talking about 160. For real. Where's Jamal Charlo at, goddammit? Huh? What's going on, man? What's going on? Mel is doing it for the culture. Man, we don't need him to do shit for the culture because he can't even, come up with his original material. When have you seen a lion walking around the motherfucking Serengeti with a shark in his mouth? Man, stop it. Even though there are times when lions do indulge on fish. But where in the hell have you seen a waterway with shark in it next to a motherfucking jungle, next to a Serengeti, where lions are hanging out on the beach? Yeah, nigga, I see you. Yeah, look at that fin right there. Yeah, I see you. You get a little bit closer. I mean, come on, bro. Man, that shit didn't do anything. You trying to act like you calling out Errol Spence? Oh, they fighting y'all. Is Jamel Charlo and Errol Spence fighting? They already late. WCS put it out there before anybody. Give Errol Spence a shot, win the belts, and then give him a rematch, and Jamel win the belts back. 2-time undisputed 154. 2-division unified champion for Errol Spence Jr. if they would have did that. They didn't do it. Oh, man, they didn't do it, bro. They didn't do it, man. I tried to tell them, bro. And they was over there at PBC, too. You know, they supposed to do business. Keep it in-house. That would have been an in-house fight, too. And they could not make Jamel Charlo Errol Spence. That would have prepared both fighters for bigger fights on the horizon if they could have pulled that shit off. Truth be told. Truth be told, shawty. Yeah, truth be told, shawty. Yup. But I know some of you cats are anticipating this fight next week because you're getting a little grumpy. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a little ill-tempered. You're acting like mully grubs. You know what I'm saying? An old man like me, you act like I can't get sick. You know? God damn, man. Shit. What's some other fights that's coming on, y'all? I got all the time in the world, man. I might just get off and then go do a panel, bro. Set up my stream, y'all, and do a panel. But if you the hottest chat in the MFing game, man, I would politely ask if I decide to do a panel, don't remind me of when the last time I did a panel. You know what I'm saying? I might be up here dehydrated as a motherfucker, looking like Dwayne Johnson and shit. Now, when I start to look like him, then that's when you should be dropping them comments in the chat. Say, hey, man, you good, shawty? Oh, man, never mind, man. You look like you was weighing like 255, last month. Now you're looking like you weighing 205. I'm just asking, bro. That's all. I'm just asking. I mean, dude done lost mad weight. He probably off the gear. And when you get off that gear, whew, your organs, they go through some shit, boy. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything right with them, because most of the time when they drop weight like that, it could be for a movie, but sometimes it's organ failure. They have to get off that shit, else they're going to end up in the hospital needing a transplant. No, we can't complain about you doing panels. You hit your quota. Yeah, dog. So you need to meet your live quota. Man, I didn't even know I had a live quota, dog. Where the paperwork at, bro? What the motherfucking paperwork? Dude can't get sick? God damn. Where the paperwork at, shawty? That's all I'm asking, man. You know, I come from a military background, and paperwork means everything. You know? But what is my live quota to be? I mean, I have to be up here with the senior citizen discount. I mean, I have to be sitting in 1.5 to 2 lives a freaking week. You know what I'm saying? One thing I know for sure, and a lot of things for certain, these youngins, man, they got all this energy and they don't take into consideration that you just can't come over here like them. You just can't create lives and jump on panels. Everybody ain't, you know, panel soldiers like BG and them, man. You know, Haynes, Blue, and all them. Everybody ain't panel soldiers, bro. I used to be, but now I'm in another age group. I'm in another age group. That means my quota for the week going live is at least about 1.1 to 1.5 live streams. That means my second live stream can be 30 minutes to 45 minutes, Haynes. All right? Damn, man. Have some empathy, nigga. My throat is sore, dog. I need some goddamn chai tea in this bitch, dog. Shit. I know, right, DV? Haynes up here kicking those statistics, bro, at the wrong time, dog. At the wrong time. But since he's a loyal freaking, you know, listener and a damn good friend, I just let it roll off my shoulder, man, and do like they used to do. I feel it on my shoulder rolling off. I just, you know what I'm saying? I feel it, get it off. You know what I'm saying? I say he didn't mean no harm. He didn't mean no harm, man. He didn't mean no harm, bro. It's all good. I'm in the senior citizen freaking quota, man. Give a brother some slack. Damn, I got to get my immune system back right. Yeah, bro, we got you, man. But it was at least doing once a week. You know. That's hilarious, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was hilarious, man. I ain't say I'm doing once a month, knowing that's a mother effing lie. Once a month, dog? Man. Come on, man. Once a month. I think you're exacerbating a little bit too much, man. And there's motherfucking criminal, you know, I can submit criminal documentation. Take action on that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, for real. For real. I know for a fact I ain't down to once a month. I'll accept 30 minutes. You going too far. I'm not gonna laugh at all. And man, I'm right here, man. Let me look at the time. Okay, I'm at 53 minutes. I'm almost at the hour mark. That will satisfy my live time sheet, okay? For the month of September. See, as a elder, you can go live, and it don't matter how long you go live. It's just like getting paid double when you go overtime. You know what I'm saying? You get paid double. So I can come on live for only 30 minutes, but really it's an hour and a half because of my age. They take in consideration, you know what I'm saying, all the health issues that goes into that, you know, doing all the research, you know, working through the cataracts, all that shit, bro. I didn't say I was hitting you with the fouling, but I just put it out there. There's legal, paperwork that can be filed to better refute. You know what I'm saying? I still have to look after myself. When the youngsters out here running and they're putting information out there, I got to remind them that the elders, we work on a different clause. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go on here. Our 30 minutes is actually an hour and a half. We get more credit. So, he said, y'all crazy. Every critic putting Canelo, but it's younger than crawfish. Hey, let's this up. The crawfish shit is expired, though. You look, if you frequent these chats, and that's probably somebody like Ben Israel, a person that didn't pay his bets, but he's coming here. You could tell someone's language. I tell people all the time. Sometimes if a person says stuff all the time, they're coming here on another alias, and that's what they still speak the same way. They still using the same fingers and the same thought process, but a different goddamn description. So the crawfish situation, that shit is played out. Let it go. The way he beat Errol up, come on, man. You still talking about crawfish? I mean, come on, man. That shit's expired, bro. You got to come up with something different for Canelo. And then when y'all sit up here and lie, and you said every critic putting Canelo as old. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not talking about Canelo old all because the way he looked against school. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's the way he looked against school because he knew he didn't have to go through a full fight camp and they didn't want him to get injured and preparing him for the big mega, the big kahuna that's going down next week. They wanted to prepare him for the big kahuna. Real talk. That's all. So school was told, hey, take it easy. Don't fuck it up. He went in there and stunk the place up. Canelo wanted to act like he didn't know what was going on, threw his hands out like this, but his conditioning, man, his body looked bad. That nobody's gonna talk about that fight because it's Canelo. But at the end of the day, crawfish is played out, man. Nobody's talking about crawfish right now, dog. Nobody's talking about crawfish. But I can get the rest of the chat to help me out, to give him a little incentive with money, even though he don't need it. It might come more help out the chat. I appreciate your hands as always, man. Let me see. I appreciate you always supporting though. Hey, shout out to Hayes Legacy, man. With the $5, the 5-piece in the Cash App. Appreciate you, man. That came right on time, man, because hey Hayes, I'm damn near at 1 hour, aka 60 minutes. I'm almost there, bro. Thanks for always supporting. Real talk. That's my guy Hayes Legacy. Thanks for putting it out to the rest of the chat. You know what I'm saying? To support the channel. YouTube do take freaking 30, and Cash App, you get what you get. But I appreciate the support anyway, and those of you that show up. But we should continue to keep our eyes peeled. There's a fight out there that I think I'm skipping. What's the fight? It was 35. It was 135, wasn't it? Is Shakur Stevenson? Is he locked in to fight somebody? Or not? No, bro. He was on Peds. Remember, ask manager Farty. Yeah, right. You ain't lying, right? I try to, that dude be sending me stuff in the DM, man. Like I'm gonna go ahead and talk about him. No. It's not gonna happen, bro. But I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, man. We should do it again, another place, another time, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for supporting as always, man. I might be on later with a panel. Peace. I'm out.